favorite part of the message, because it surprised me, was God's view of the Christianese form of prayer. And that's that the church, and I'm talking about mostly the Word of Faith movement, but any carnal reasoning, said prayer was you went and you grabbed God by your faith and you pulled him down into your reasoning and the serpent's belief system and wanted him to live down there with you. That just shocked me. And I realized, oh my gosh, that was my idea of prayer for 35 years. Really, 35 years, and I thought it was what God wanted. It looked good to me, and it led to death.
Yeah.
It led to death.
Yeah.
And so now, I see prayer as me going to God, especially prayer when I'm casting my cares. I go to God with my carnal reasoning, my fear, my whatever, and I take it to him, and he gives me his reasoning. And then I'm brought back to peace and rest and joy. The circumstances might not ever change.
Right.
They might, but they might not. But his power and his reasoning supersedes any circumstances in the world.
We can conquer it.
Right. Yeah, so I think that was my favorite part, just because it so caught me off guard the way God revealed that to me. What my prayer life really was doing for so many years.
Well, Mom, I mean, you were like the champion doer.
I was.
You know? It's like what we don't
Champion doer.
We all have our own idols in our hearts.
Yeah.
All the little things that we think that give us life.
Yeah.
All the little things we have that we think will protect us, save us from pain,
Sure.
save us from uncomfortable. All the little things we think that will bring us peace, bring us joy, bring us kindness. It's like, and that's in the Old Testament. That's what's called the high places, up on the groves where you have all your idols.
Yeah.
And notice how God sent Gideon to kick down all the idols. And then to manifest Christ and Him crucified in the midst of them as their God.
Sure.
And that's what Jesus has come and done. And what we don't realize, all of us have our own little idols.
Oh, sure.
All the little things we put in place to save our hearts from pain,
Mm-hmm.
to try to bring forth peace in us. And Jesus has come to kick them all over. To kick all the idols over in our hearts, where we're left with no idols. And we're only left with Him as the source of that can give us peace and love and joy. Where no matter what comes against us, our immediate reaction in our heart is to look to Him as what will now cause me to overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm being treated unjustly in this world, the mind of Christ doesn't say, if I can get them to treat me right, then I'll have peace. The mind of Christ turns from the injustice being done and looks to the Father and talks to Him and finds the Father giving birth to a peace in Him that will overcome the injustice to where his mind isn't filled with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's how God overcomes injustice.
Mm-hmm.
See, but the carnal mind wants to overcome injustice by conquering the injustice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.